Breast enhancements, lip plumping, those are just minor procedures for this blonde beauty from Germany who started dabbling with plastic surgery in 2012. But if her 32S breasts didn't garner enough attention, she put a whole new meaning to the phrase beauty is only skin deep with her next shocking change.
I'm a black woman with African breasts.
After multiple melanin-boosting injections and countless tanning sessions, Martina Adams has reintroduced herself to the world as a, in her words, real black woman. The backlash has been swift, with some commenting,
"You are insulting black women. It's no joke. Our DNA is something you cannot transform into."
Numerous health risks. Have Martina's body modifications reached a deadly level?
Martina Big here, right? That's a very Martina's German, and she's come to visit us today. I should say you're not black, you're white by ethnic origin. Yeah. Tanning injections have brought you to this stage. And do you think this is a beautiful look?
Oh yeah, I started as really snow pale, little bit like you.
Yes.
As if my makeup color was 10.
Yes.
And now I'm out of the limits. I had in Germany, I had 3 injections.
3 injections in January.
My doctor gave me them in the belly.
Yes.
They had to be one day, a little syringe,
Yes.
then a little bit more
Yes.
the next day,
Yes.
and then a little bit more at the third day.
Maybe he gave you one too much.
No,
No?
no,
that's
I
it.
like this color.
Yeah, well that's good. I mean, it's a different, you could be toast colour or you could be burnt toast. That's right, you know,
No.
so it might be crispy, right, crispy, okay.
Hello, it's Cardiac Champagne here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In the second edition of Celebrity News, we'll be looking at the outrageous 3 stories. The first is a change of race and now has transformed herself into a black woman. A blonde German woman named Martina Big, who altered her racial background to be a black woman. It's best to hear it directly from the horse's mouth. This is Martina Big to be a black woman. It's a shock and not for the faint-hearted. The second outrageous story in Celebrity News.
The Brazilian butt lift is one of the fastest growing surgeries.
Is controversial Brazilian butt lift. What is a Brazilian butt?
My butt went viral. My butt went viral.
That will be explained in this program. And the last hot gossip story is the male Kendoll.
A living doll. $158,000 to make me really resemble a doll. Chest was first, then moved on to bicep implants, tricep implants.
I didn't know that I was transgender, but I knew that I was different. 1.5 years ago, I was here.
A man who made himself into a plastic Ken doll. He wasn't happy with his gender, changed into a blonde Barbie doll. There's also an update from the last edition of Celebrity News. I focused on a United States show host named Wendy Williams.
This is our 6-week sneak peek. The 6-week sneak peek means 6 weeks. If we're great, we're back. If we're not, which there's no possibility. How you doing, America? All right. Who knows what cottonmouth is?
Also undergo change in her race. Now looks like a carbon copy of a white woman. Wendy Williams is black. She started to use excessive bleaching cream. Her skin tone has changed over the years. That family, a black family, that's her growing up. She looks a bit butch. That's her before she became famous. But she still used bleaching cream. Look at her skin tone. That's Wendy Williams now. Look at her hair, the blonde hair and the bleaching cream. In other words, a fake imitation of a white woman. A lot of black women have bad inferior complexes and will bleach their skin like Wendy Williams and dye their hair blonde in order to obtain that fake white Caucasian look. There's nothing wrong with dyeing your hair blonde. Cardiac Champagne would advise it if it suits your skin tone and complexion, but not bleaching cream. When you use bleaching cream, that's because you have a bad inferior complex and want to be white. By identifying with the subject of skin bleach and looking at black female celebrities that are no different than Martina Big, change their race from black to white. Black people like Rihanna do not love themselves and have bad inferior complex. That's why she bleached her skin. Definitely not endorsing this celebrity. No, she wants to be a white woman. She bleached her skin. That's why she bleached her skin white and bleached her hair blonde. This is taken from a beauty launch. Look at her skin tone and her complexion. That's definitely bleaching cream. Look how light her skin tone is. She's had medical injections. And used a lot of bleaching cream. You can see she's black. Look how dark her skin tone is and pigment. That was before she went through the body transformation and bleached her skin white. No, this photograph only confirms the fact that she's black. Look at her hair. Most black people do actually care for their hair. To the black race, hair is your pride and your joy. So the act of oiling your scalp and maintaining black afro hair is important to most black people, not like Rihanna. It's in a bad condition and it looks bad, rough and matted. Black people like Rihanna are stupid. They go to both extremes. They have to prove their racial background, but at the same time, they have a distinct preference for white. It's to do with their mind frame. It does not make sense. Then why bleach your skin white? You're gonna identify with your own racial background as being black. No, most black people do actually care for their hair and will oil their scalp and moisturize their hair, not like some black people who are stupid, copy that stupid black Rastafarian movement, which looks bad and is projecting a negative self-image. And black Rastafarianism should not be used as a representation for black people. That hair wig that Rihanna had on, those look bad. No, she's projecting a negative self-image. So why go to the extreme and the length of reverting back to your roots or black heritage, supposing black heritage, which I as a black person directly reject, and at the same time bleach your skin white? That wouldn't make sense. It's to do with the mind frame. A lot of black people imply that stupid concept of logic, as that would not make sense. That's Rihanna. You can definitely see that she's black. That's her now. It's evident that no, she wants to be a white woman and has indoctrinated herself with bleaching cream in order to be white. That's Rihanna. An imitation fake white woman. No, Rihanna is black. She was born black in a third world country in the Caribbean. She's a black Barbadian. This is a childhood photo. There's nothing special about white women. I can't comprehend why black female celebrities want to bleach their skin white and be a carbon copy of Pamela Anderson.
Martina Big here.
Martina Big had bust implants to a voluptuous, not natural size. That's Martina Big. Before she turned into a black woman. That's her when she was white.
To get even more African with every step I do.
That's how she inflated them after having bust implants. It's like an inflatable balloon. So she can increase or deflate the size of her chest, which is bad because it is life-threatening. That's how she was born. That's Martina Big. Now she's a fake black woman. She wanted to be a carbon copy of Pamela Anderson. the dumb blonde on Baywatch. She wanted to imitate Pamela Anderson. That's why she dyed her hair blonde. And then had deep regrets. And now has transformed herself into a black woman.
White-skinned woman. Blonde, straight hairs.
The next patient is Martina. Martina has the largest pair of breast implants in all of Europe. Can you please send a Martina?
There's Martina Big, as a white woman before she changed her race.
Goodbye, friend.
That's a male partner.
Huge butt implants.
That's before she changed her race to black. A white male partner, since his wife changed her race to black, has an instinct, strong attraction for black women.
So what is the name you go by in Germany?
Martina Big.
Martina Big.
Yeah.
So big.
Because big is not big enough.
Right.
Those breasts are ginormous.
She's in the Guinness Book of Records for the largest bust in Europe.
Poor woman's head in terms of her self-perception of her.
That's how black women look?
She wants to be black, but it's a damn insult as she's badly exaggerated black women's characteristics. She's damn ugly. She does not look like a black person. And her breasts are a monstrosity. It's a bad exaggeration, caricature. She made herself into a blonde Barbie doll. That's her when she was white. Now she's a fake black woman. She wanted to be a carbon copy of Pamela Anderson, the dumb blonde on Baywatch. And now she wants to be black, but accentuated in certain supposed racial characteristics that black women are supposed to have.
But from a purely medical perspective, he's been using this chemical to change her skin color.
Correct, yeah. It's called melanotan A, and it's actually illegal. It's a protein that's been synthesized to mimic the hormone in your body that stimulates your cells to lay down pigment. And so this is actually a true tan. She's actually creating that melanin in her skin, and it is incredibly dangerous. This is not a safe thing to do.
Even her hair looks bad. It looks matted. No, it's a damn insult to black women. She looks like an ugly trough.
So if you look at that transformation there, it's not just injecting this hormone, which is illegal. She's lying on a tanning bed, on a sunbed, every single day.
Isn't melanotan liver toxic?
Actually, it can cause nausea, vomiting. It can harm your kidneys. I mean, liver toxic, you name it.
And what's scary is it's illegal, but
Is Martina Big in the midst of black Africa? Jumping up with the Zulu tribe. To Martina Big, it's her way of identifying with black culture. No, that's a bad, direct, ignorant view. As a black British person who was deeply offended by that, would educate Martina Big that black people are civilized and live in domesticated properties.
The black market online, and what's really crazy is this.
No pun intended.
Exactly.
Black market.
The bottom part is the warning label, okay? Accidental ingestion could cause increased body temperature, heart palpitations, vomiting, shaking, or possible death. If you have a desire for darker skin tone, do not use these products.
One of the most popular cosmetic procedures in the country is also the most deadly. The Brazilian butt lift is one of the fastest growing surgeries.
With black female celebrities like Nicki Minaj endorsing the Brazilian butt lift, more black women have succumbed to the idea of having bottom surgery to enhance their behind.
Booty problems. I went through 6 rounds of illegal butt injections, leaving me with 60 inches of booty. And my butt went viral. I really think people love me, but they don't know how to say it.
The Brazilian butt lift goes badly wrong.
Basically amputate the entire,
The whole booty.
the whole booty.
Sheila, my group of friends called my butt the dum-dum.
Here, wow, it goes halfway up your back. Never seen one move up. We've seen them flip. We've seen them go into the hips. We've seen them go too far down, but never really seen that. Huh. So he tried to fix some lower portion by doing a gluteal lift. This guy's a gutsy guy, man. Normally, buttock augmentation procedures are focused on the upper half of the buttock. Only in very rare circumstances do you do surgical procedures in the lower portion because it's very difficult to keep the normal anatomic contour there. Where the buttock meets the leg, yellow fluid comes out, like pus.
Oh my gosh.
Found the implants.
What's that dark thing in there?
Yeah, what's the dark thing in there? The question is, did he try? I'll bet you he put these in and you still had contour.
She had the Brazilian butt lift. The bad surgeon put silicone implants in her bottom.
Yeah, what's the dark thing in there? The question is, did he try
They're the
to do a
implants.
BBL on top?
This surgeon surgically removed them. Usually, they liposuck fat from your stomach and then inject it in your bottom.
Now, question is, what is it?
But this surgeon put breast implants in her bottom instead. Had surgery, which was life-threatening.
Right.
She went to this surgeon in order for him to remove the butt implants.
That's actually kind of a very, very round butt.
Okay.
I can see volume right here.
Exactly, that's it.
Looks like Frankenstein.
Joining me now is Dr. Anthony Yoon. He's a holistic plastic surgeon. Explain to us why this procedure is so risky.
The death rate with this operation, a BBL, where you would take fat from one part of the body and inject it into the buttocks to fat emboli, where if you inject fat into the deep muscles of the buttocks, that fat can actually pass into veins and blood vessels. It can go to the heart and lungs, and people can die almost instantly from it.
That's very serious, and people don't realize that.
Brazilian butt lift. It's a bad, controversial medical surgery which involves a woman's bottom
2 inches of
being badly enlarged to a grotesque size and the use of liposuction. In other words, the definition of a Brazilian butt lift.
A fat transfer. So I took fat from my stomach, my arms, my thighs, and I kind of moved it into like my bum. We also a Brazilian butt lift. That nice, Coke bottle of that.
Is when a surgeon would use liposuction to remove fat from the subject's stomach, arms, and then inject a person's own body fat directly into the bottom and buttock area to make it enlarge to a grotesque size.
booty problems.
Legal in the UK underneath British law, and in the United States, most states have banned it as an illegal bad practice and is practiced in secret on the black market. The Brazilian butt lift, most people can die after undergoing the medical procedure because it's life-threatening. And with celebrities like Nicki Minaj and other black female celebrities endorsing the Brazilian butt lift, aimed directly at black women.
Whatever you do, don't get
Cardi B.
This unknown black female celebrity
in an Instagram live earlier
is warning the public not to have the Brazilian butt lift.
Of the biopolymers that have been injected into her butt removed.
I actually removed my shots off my butt.
And caution young people against getting the injection.
There's a bad stereotype, negative depiction that black women have. Bottom area is more robust, racial characteristic that black women have. It's a bad negative depiction, a stereotypical depiction of black women. Brazilian butt lift have endorsed that negative stereotype. A lot of black women have become succumb to it. Even white women got their bottom enlarged to a grotesque size. That's the definition of a Brazilian butt lift. Another black female celebrity who came to succumb.
But when you came to Instagram now, the curvy girl was called Brazilian butt lift, BBL.
To the Brazilian butt lift. Nicki Minaj has had the Brazilian butt lift and acts as an advocate, endorsed the bad medical procedure. which is so bad that most people die from it. It's aimed directly at black women and upholds the bad stereotype of black women having large backsides, the large bottom myth, big bottom, that bad racial that black women have.
The fat from other areas of your body and they pull it into your bum and then they sculpt you. I got my BBL surgery done by a company. They expected from me that I post stories and post my results of before and after. In return for that, they would give me a reduced rate. It turned out to be something I wouldn't do again. It was only when I was having my massages done, one of the masseuses was like, I think you still have fluid left inside you. It looks like I've got like a small baby. And the thing is, like, people knew me on Instagram because I've always been into my health and fitness. I've always had a six-pack. And I did go into my Instagram, put up a whole post. I had a negative experience. So I owe it to my audience to be honest and say, this is what happened to me. It's one of the most dangerous procedures. And obviously, like, I have 2 children. It's very irresponsible of me. It's the advertising.
Even white women have succumb to the Brazilian butt lift. Listen to this white female story.
A new implant in my butt. Mexico and had the procedure done.
Where in Mexico?
Tijuana.
You decided to go to Tijuana for your plastic surgery?
Yes.
Bad side effects of having the Brazilian butt lift. One of them is a bad smell, stinking odour coming directly from the rectum. This part is badly off-putting. When you go to the toilet and defecate, it's easy to wipe and clean that lower area. Once you have the Brazilian butt lift, it's hard for you to get in between cracks of the rectum to clean it out thoroughly and give the inside of the rectum a good clean. So because of that, it's a build-up of bad smells and bad stinking odour coming directly from the bottom itself. And that's the bad side effect from having the grotesque surgery, because the surgeon sucks out fat from the woman's stomach. And what they do, they inject it directly into the bottom to a grotesque size. So when you toilet, the natural body function, after you eat, you want to feces, defecate, empty its bowels, that's a defecation. The human defecation gets stuck inside. It gets stuck inside the buttocks, inside the buttock cheeks. Excess weight gain, fat, and buttock itself. It's hard for the subject for you to clean in between the buttocks to remove excess shit, the feces, known as defecation. So it smells bad and has a bad putrid, stinking smell. No, it's your own shit, your own defecation that you smell, stuck inside the entrance of the bottom. That's the bad side effect of having the Brazilian butt lift.
Have you, by the way, researched BBLs? Yes, they are.
I have.
Have you heard of the other really bad complication you can get from BBLs?
No.
Yeah, those BBLs be stinking.
Do BBLs really smell bad? BBL smell, or BBLs be smelling, is going viral on social media. People are claiming that women who undergo BBL surgeries smell bad afterwards. Is that true? Let's hear what some people are saying.
BBL smells.
It's the most fatal operation in all of plastic surgery.
Wow.
A Brazilian butt lift, or a BBL, is where you take fat from one part of the body, harvested through liposuction, and inject it into the buttock area. That fat will get into one of those short blood vessels leading to the main blood vessel back to your heart. That can lead to a very fatal or dangerous complication.
It's Carmelo. I'm 23 years old and I'm addicted to butt injections. Before the injections, I was a size 4 and now I'm in a size 10. I am happier because I never had a butt. It's nice and firm and up how I want it to be up. I picked up more attention than before as far as comment on my butt or something like that. It definitely steps up my confidence.
Over the last 3 years, Carmelo's had 54 buttock injections, yet she's never bared her behind to a plastic surgeon. She receives her shots on the black market, getting pumped with an unregulated substance that's been known to include methyl lubricant and cement.
The woman who does give the injections, I don't know what her background is like. Different places. Sometimes in a hotel room. She keeps the liquid in a big bowl. The woman says it's liquid silicone, but I don't know for sure.
Carmelo's addiction pisses me off. You don't know what you're getting put into you. Nobody ever thinks that it's that serious until something bad happens.
Friend Vanity is a Bartic injection addict herself, but she overcame the dangerous obsession after an infection nearly killed her. She's worried Carmelo won't stop until it's too late.
Every time you go get injected, you roll that dice to see if you're going to be one of the ones that is going to get sick and die.
And Carmelo and Vanity aren't the only people to be addicted to Bartic injections. In 2011, a woman was charged with practicing without a license after administering hundreds of injections to women across the country, including herself.
Since the 54 injections, I get these light headaches. Do I know for sure it's from the butt injections? Not at all. It could be from anything.
Carmelo is not facing reality right now.
The same vet that pet owners take beloved pets to when they're sick, the same vet that works in the illegal black market trade that will perform the medical procedure as a Brazilian butt lift. Most of the time, it's abbreviated to BBL. So when you hear direct letters BBL, it's directly referring to the medical procedure known as the Brazilian butt lift. Most of the time, the butt implants go hard and solid like a rock. And because of that, it's hard to get pushed the toilet paper in between the buttocks to give a good deep clean. So it starts to smell really bad. It's your own body waste, your own defecation, your own shit that smells. No, to make matters worse, when you're on the runs like diarrhea, it can just trail and leave a leakage trail on the floor. So women who undergo that life-threatening, grotesque medical procedure known as a Brazilian butt lift, it's best to wear trousers rather than wear a skirt, because if they wear a skirt and they have the runs, you see the diarrhea all on the ground, on the floor. So it's a bad medical procedure and it's not worth it. It's probably be badly ugly and unattractive to the opposite gender. It's not for the faint-hearted.
But Carmelo does not understand that this will take her away from her son.
Despite Vanity's warnings, Carmelo plans on even more injections.
If I got 36 more shots, I think my butt would be the size I want. And it made me happy. Until I'm confident with my body on the inside and out.
Carmelo has hidden her addiction from her sister, but has decided she's finally ready to reveal the truth.
Reason.
Doctor do you go to? Ever thought about how dangerous it is? I thought she had lost her mind. What the hell was she thinking?
Yeah.
Your shot, lady. She just got indicted. She was lying to you. She was lying to everybody else. Aren't you mad that she was injecting you with industrial grade silicone?
I'm very uncomfortable with my body.
But you got to find a way to deal with it. Otherwise, it's always going to be a problem.
What brings you in today?
I got some butt injections a little while ago. What she was injecting me with.
Do you have any idea what she injected you with? Did she tell you?
Said liquid silicone.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that's really what it was.
Did she do anything afterwards? I mean, did she stitch up the incisions?
Super glue and cotton balls on each shot that she gave me.
You're literally putting your life in the hands of somebody who sounds like they are completely unlicensed, untrained, and they could be injecting God knows what into you. What I think I'd like to do is get an x-ray, because an x-ray can hopefully at least give us an idea of what might be going on below the surface. These injections can cause infection. They can cause strokes. There have even been reports of people who've had amputations. It is imperative that Carmelo stop these treatments immediately. So you've got some abnormalities on your x-ray. You can see here, this is your thigh. Up here it looks kind of spongy, this texture, and that's definitely not normal. So even though you're healthy, it just takes one bad injection to literally kill you. If it's a substance that's not sterile, you could get some major infections. It can enter your bloodstream and it can literally clot up your lung. And within minutes, you can die.
36 years, I lived as a man. Dehumanized Kendoll. Not as a transgender woman. People, they thought that I was doing this for the attention.
Your eyelash is amazing.
Thank you. I'm a lucky girl, I suppose.
Yes.
This is who I am. The Kendoll has gone. My name is Rodrigo Alves. I was born in São Paulo, Brazil. Growing up as a child, I was always in touch with my feminine side. I didn't know that I was transgender, but I knew that I was different. Other people knew that I was different. My family, friends, the boys at school who used to physically bully me only because I was different.
It's the male Kendoll. It's changed into a woman. It's undergone a sex change operation. That's the male Kendoll. Now as a woman.
Yes, I remember.
After undergoing a sex change operation.
So dramatic.
For countries, after being nicknamed the humanized Kendoll. For the past 36 years, I live as a man and very loud as a transgender woman. Was Rodrigo Alves.
One of these doctors touch your nose now. This will turn black and then die and fall off.
I had everything done, look.
Still went ahead with the surgery after the doctor gave him a direct formal warning not to continue having multiple plastic surgeries of implications of cosmetic surgery.
Hospital for a general assignment surgery.
And today, Jessica has come back for a consultation regarding a face and voice feminization surgery.
Think of plastic surgery, you may think of a nip here and a tuck there, but there are some who take it to the extreme, like the man who's known as the human Kendoll. Justin's life passion is remodeling his body.
I do resemble this Kendoll, and it's an iconic child figure.
His first nose job at just 18 years old.
I'm Justin Jedlicka. I'm 32 years old, and I'm a living doll. I had 125 procedures, and it's been $158,000 to make me really resemble a doll. And chest was first, then moved on to bicep implants, tricep implants.
My 1,000th cosmetic procedure. I wanted to be the first person to do full leg augmentation with 8 implants all at one time.
Getting them all together in a single surgery, that would be the first that's ever been done.
I have baby Ken here. He's my sidekick. Inside, as far as just the level of risk that we're taking with this.
A brow bone shave. I had a brow lift. And I started having a couple other nose revisions. But at the end, I've had 5 nose jobs now. So the doll exemplifies sort of the ideal male aesthetic. When I was probably about 12 or 13, I used to always watch Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And I always had this idea in my brain. I wish that my family could have been this family that was wealthy, and we could fly in private jets, and we could have our own boat. I ended up sort of emulating what I thought a lot of those wealthy people look like. They all had plastic surgery, like ideal male physique, a little bit more like a doll,
I was told that I looked like a Barbie doll when I was at college. Cardiac champagne, you look like a Barbie. Can you see the resemblance? I wouldn't use any plastic enhancement. More than one male Ken Barbie doll.
I'm 15. I am a firm believer of it. I spent probably around $70,000 on my look so far. Behind the scenes, I have made it right around the show.
My name is Kevin, and I'm also known as the BB Kendoll. I used to think I was invincible, but I had some really crappy procedures. I was having this awful racing heart rate, and I thought I was having a heart attack. I got my bicep implants about 2 years ago. I loved how they looked, but recently I've had some real issues with them.
So you know how you told me not to get the bicep implants, how I might regret it? You were right.
I would describe my look as naturally plastic. I'm not overly done, I'm not underly done, I think I'm just right. So I'm very Goldilocks. So in 2011, my forehead reduction, did a hair transplant. implants and silicone injection into the butt. Altogether, I spent probably $85,000. I'm Tyler Diving, also known as the baby Kendoll, and I'm 24 years old. So I originally was 15 when I first had Botox. I was 16 when I started doing fillers. I've had quite a bit of stuff done, looking at getting a few of them fixed because I'm not happy with a few things I've had. There's probably 100,000 awful comments about me. You can read it. I don't had a few bad experiences with the procedures. I'm really happy with how I look, don't get me wrong, but the bicep implants, I wish they had been under the muscle. So with the bicep implants, come out of the plane, and I can also Hey Doc, how are you? Hey Tyler, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you too. How's it going? I just stopped in to get your opinion on a few things that I may have done. So you know how you told me not to get the bicep implant, how I might regret it? You were right. I get to say it. You can say it one time.
I think the best option is probably to have it removed. You know, you could always come back at some point in the future and try it again. What's the better solution? Take it out. Again.
If you think any other better ways to do it, let me know. So I take everything that I've done as a learning lesson. Yes, it was a very expensive learning lesson. I'm happy I did it because, you know, I'm now more aware of plastic surgery and all the risks. Ultimate goal is just to be natural. I'm gonna work out with a trainer 5 days a week and I'm gonna eat right. I'm always gonna be vain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna continue to do fillers and Botox, but things that I can easily just work out.
Blonde sex change man is the most famous globally. There's other men who decided to modify themselves by the use of plastic surgery and surgical enhancements to invent themselves into a male Ken. Let's take a look at other men who wanted to emulate the male Kendoll. Second Brazilian man who has transformed himself into a human living Kendoll. He's Brazilian and decided to go under a plastic surgery to alter his appearance to be a human living Kendoll. Unfortunately, he can't speak a word of English and only speak in Portuguese, which is the mother tongue of Brazil. The face looks plastic and artificial. He looks gay, queer, a bad transsexual. To him, it's an enhancement, as it wants to be a Kendoll. That's him there before surgery, and that's his family. Here's his mother after his first nose job. See him in the beginning. That's him now. Entire body transformation. That's him as a kid with his father. That's his mother, and that's him as an adolescent. How many male blonde Kendolls can you have? Wendy Williams is a talk show host from the United States. I had featured her in the last edition of Celebrity News. Wendy Williams used hardcore narcotics. No, she's a bad alcoholic. She reached her demise. Sadly, unfortunately, she's now dead. Wendy Williams suffered from bad frontal lobe dementia and as a direct result, she was emotionally unstable. That was documented in my last edition of Celebrity News. She reinvented herself into a white woman by using bleaching cream and blonde hair dye. She is now dead. My respect goes to her family.
I'm ready, and all I need is the proper scorecard. The Wendy Williams Show. Because Joe Giudice is here from Italy on the machine. From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Wendy. Here's Wendy. Vice Chairman Wendy Show has been renewed through 2026. Let's get started. I've got fire hot topics. How you doing?